All right, good morning, grade fours. Today is Tuesday. I always have to check this calendar. April the 14th. I hope everybody's had a wonderful long weekend and a great Easter. The math I'm showing you for today is on pages 17, 18, and page 19. So to get started with on page 17, at the very top, there's a ruler up here, and I've drawn the same ruler, most of it, on this chalkboard to help you. So what the question is to label in these boxes what is showing on the ruler. So if this ruler was divided into 1, 2, you'll see a 3 in your booklet. What they're asking you for is what is this number going to be on a number line. So if you think of this as 1, these are all the tenths. Remember when it's broken down into little tiny pieces. So if I counted this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this would be 5/10. And I write 5/10 decimal 5. Okay? This number here, I see it's already at 1 whole. And the next one here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to draw it as decimal 1 because the arrow is pointing at that one. I think you should be able to get the rest of those ones. There's 2 more to do. The one question about the cats. So look at the cats and the weight of the cats on here. You're trying to figure out which cat is heavier than the other one. So for example, the first question, it says blank is heavier than blank by 3/10 of a kilogram. So I know 3/10 is written like that, 3/10 of a kilogram. So Felix is 12.2 kilograms. I'm going to show you how the answer is found for this one. Leroy is 11.9 kilograms. So I'm going to guess it's maybe those two. I'm going to have to subtract to find out. So I'm going to borrow from here, do my regular subtraction, 9, 10, 11, 12. I put a decimal down. I bring the decimal straight down to the bottom. This would be 0. Obviously that would be 0. So my answer is 3/10 or decimal 3. So 3/10 of a kilogram. So my answer here would be Felix is heavier than the next cat, Leroy. Now, if my answer here would have been different, I would have tried another 2 cats until I found the right answer. So it's kind of a bit of trial and error. The last 2 parts I think would be fine with those questions. The next page on page 18, this talks about hundredths. Okay, so far in place value from grade 2, grade 3, you know ones, tens, hundreds. We were introduced to tenths this year. So that's taking a whole of something and breaking it into smaller pieces. Hundredth is taking that same whole and breaking it into even tinier pieces. Okay, so here's an example. This is a whole chocolate bar. Okay, this is a chocolate bar broken down into tenths. Okay, pretend I have 10 there. This is the same chocolate bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I would draw lines this way, 10 lines. So it would give me 100 pieces. Same chocolate bar, same chocolate bar, same chocolate bar. This is one whole chocolate bar. This is broken down into tenths. This is broken down into hundredths. But it's still the same amount, right? Just tinier pieces. Okay, so when I go this way on my number line, the number gets smaller. I go this way on my number line, the number gets bigger, right? So when you're filling in the answers for this one, I'm going to see if I can show it to you with my pen. So the diagram up here helps a lot. But if you look on the question, it says show how these amounts are the same. 80 over 100, that says 80 hundredths, and it would be written like this. 80 hundredths. Okay, so if I was to color in 80 hundredths, I would be coloring in 8 of these lines, because I know each one of those lines has 10 in it, so it would look like that. If I wanted to show 8/10, I would just color in 10 of the lines, or 8 of the lines, sorry, this way. Now, like last day's lesson, that's horrible coloring, but anyway, this is the same amount as this. Equivalent fractions, equal fractions. This is just tiny little pieces. Remember your little brother or sister? These are just bigger pieces. Same amount though. Okay, so what they want you to do is just to color in, take a marking pen or a highlighter or something, and fill in these. Now watch here, if it's asking for 5/10. Okay, this is divided into 100 pieces. So if I only wanted 5 of those, 5/10, where would I color that in? Kind of think about that one. Where would that go? 5/10. Okay, 9/10, 10/10, or 1/10. Where would that be filled in? Okay, now I'll leave that to you and see if you get that question. Next page on here, number 19, same idea. You're talking about tenths and hundredths and how to write it behind the decimal. On this one here, they have how many tenths are here. So there would be 2/10 there. I see 2 long sticks of tenths. How many hundredths would there be? If I counted every one of those squares that was colored in, there'd be 20. Right, so 2/10, 21 hundredths. The decimal gets written as just decimal 2, like that. So we put a decimal in front of it. This would be hundredths. There's 20 hundredths, and there's 2/10. Okay, so it's written 3 different ways on here. When you put the chart at the bottom, line up the decimal with the decimal here, and put the numbers around the decimal. So 2.6, 2.6, or we could also say 2 6/10. That's just another way of saying it. Okay, so for today, Tuesday, you are marking the pages that you did last week, and you are completing these next 3 pages today. And then tomorrow we'll continue with the marking, and hopefully by the end of the week we could do a review and wrap up our chapter on fractions. All right, have a great day, grade 4s.